Hey girl, it is me, Miska, and I am back with another video. I know you see. Okay, stop. Um, Today I have my handy dandy notebook here, and we are going to be talking about courtship versus dating. Okay. Um, I feel like a lot of times that's my favorite statement. A lot of times, oftentimes. A lot of times we want the why am I trying to say this? I feel like we want the outcome of courtship. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. We want the outcome of courtship, but we try to reach that outcome with the standards of dating. And when I'm talking about dating, I'm talking about just doing things, not doing things. When I say dating, I'm just talking about regular old dating. God is not really incorporated or at the center of it. Um, Not saying that the people can't be believers, but God is just not at the center. His design for relationship is not being considered. And that's just so, unfortunate. It's unfortunate because with if you can't make an A on a test that you ain't been studying for. Okay, we can't get outcomes. Sometimes you can. Now let me not say speak indefinite because sometimes you can. Sometimes you get a little lucky or whatnot. But for the most part, if you want a desired outcome, you have to be kind of strategic and intentional about how you get there. It's not just gonna fall in your lap. And so I wanted to talk about dating versus courtship and the purpose for both of them and what both of them encompass, so that we can see like why you're not getting, or why somebody else in your life might not be getting the result that they want. And so we'll look at dating first. Okay, so the purpose of dating. The purpose of dating, according to my notes, is having fun, exploring compatibility. There's no immediate commitment or long-term future being considered. And it usually is involving casual relationships. So right off the bat, it's just no direction. It's just vibes. It's just having fun. It's just we're seeing where this goes. And yeah, no direction. Blind leading the blind child. We just catching a vibe. We just trying to see if our chakras. I need to stop playing. Okay. We just trying to see if our rising and moon and sun match. Like ain't nothing really. We don't really know. We just trying to catch a vibe. The approach of dating. I have here the approach is very informal. Okay. It's centered around personal enjoyment. What do I like? What can we do to have fun today? Sex is often involved in personal enjoyment. Attraction is placed over everything. Like instead of being concerned with now this is I'm saying this generally excuse me, I'm saying this generally but for the most part, not every person is going to think or feel this way, but for the most part it is like general information or general feelings about how dating goes. So yeah, personal enjoyment. Attraction is placed over everything. Like you're not concerned with what kind of father will he be. What's his relationship with God like? How, where does he see himself in 5 years? Or maybe some people are, but attraction is placed over everything, and compatibility, you know. am I attracted to him? Is his shoes the right brand? Is his hair right? Is his aesthetic good? You know? Um, Dating is also heavily centered around spontaneity. And so I see a lot of people concerned with, oh, can I vibe with this person? Like, if I want to go to the strip club, am I going to be judged for that? Or would you want to go to, or if I want to do a threesome, are you down for that? If the relationship needs to be open, or if I want the relationship to be open, or polygamous, spontaneous, do whatever, be whatever, like be open, have fun. Yeah, or are you just a bore, Do you have standards regarding those things, or, are you judgy, or are you cool? Also, dating may involve dating multiple people at one time. Okay. So yeah, again, with the polygamous stuff and the open relationship stuff, or not even, it can be, shoot, if y'all are in the talking stage. I don't know, just initially trying to get to know each other, and you guys are talking. This person could be talking to 2-3 other people too, until y'all make it official, So yeah, like dating, again, with this informal structure, it can leave, the door open for entertaining multiple people at one time. I also have here personal choice, freedom, emphasized. So yeah, the context, I guess, of dating is centered around just your personal choice, I guess. That's what I'm trying to read my writing. Personal choice and freedom. Like, from all this stuff that I said so far, child, they free. Okay, when it's dating, it's like just being free, just being open, just seeing where things go. It's not really as structured. It's fewer expectations. Like, people aren't really expecting much except for, having a good time and being in another person's company. Honestly, like, they ain't really considering nothing, child. They just out here catching vibes and not feelings, okay? The end goal for dating is usually just to shoot. It's usually just to see where things go. It varies, and child, when something varies, that just makes me think of wasted time. Cause like, ain't no way I'm up here spending my time doing all this talking, texting, meeting up, spending gas money to go hang out, and money to eat dinner, money to go to these little hangouts, and you telling me that this was just for a vibe? Honey, I could vibe with my friends. So yeah, it could lead to anything or nothing. So that's the end goal for dating. And so yeah, to me, I can't get with that. Hence me and being married right now. But imagine, just think of all the people who are living and dating and doing things that way, but expecting exclusivity and expecting marriage and expecting, something completely opposite from how they're living. And so courtship, On the contrary, courtship, the purpose is to establish relationship with the intent of marriage. Okay, now we're talking. Now we're talking my language. It involves evaluating compatibility as it pertains to values for a shared future. Now, right off the back, this is formal. This is my kind of formal. Because where are we going? What are we doing? Who's going to be there? How are we getting there? I don't have time to be catching vibes. I don't have time for the informality of dating. Like, this is my kind of dating, courtship. Like, we're trying to see what's going on so that we can know whether or not we fit into one another's future. And, different strokes for different folks. If you like it, I love it. I'm not saying do anything that you don't want to do. If you like dating, if you like the informality of it, do your thing. But this video is for those of us who are tired of dating everybody else's way and desiring another outcome. Like I said in the beginning, desiring a different outcome from what's popular. So yeah, I want to place or talk about the values. Like, what do you value? That's important. That's important. I need to know what you value, because if our values do not align, we can't even move forward in this thing. Like, I could be your friend, but I'm not trying to make you bad, okay? You can't be bad. Yeah, your zodiac sign is not enough. It's not even important to me. I don't care about that, honey. What's your faith like? What's going on with that? And so yeah, the approach of courtship is more intentional, more structured, and often discusses long-term goals, shared values. It discusses all of these things early on. Yeah, because it's like, well, I ain't gonna say that, but what's going on? What's going on? That's what I need to know from the jump. We are trying to figure out, hey, how do you feel about this? What do you feel about that? Okay, great. I can remember my own, we had Courtney, like, we both were asking the tough stuff in the beginning. And not in a way that took away from the fun, but as things came up and we were both serious and we were both in the headspace of marriage. And so, it wasn't a big deal, because we weren't trying to we weren't trying to have fun, but we weren't interested in playing around, we were both concerned with the things of God and upholding God's standard as it pertains to relationships. And so, yeah, like, let's just get to it. Let's get to it. I don't want to be playing around and just, no. And along with it being more intentional, it's typically more monogamous from the start. So we're not just entertaining every Tom, Dick, and Harry that comes, around. Like, it's like, okay, this person has shown interest in me. This is where my attention is right now. And this is where it will stay until we decide that we are, not really feeling it or want to move in the opposite direction. Which, I don't know, I like that, because I ain't got time to be getting called no other girl name. I don't have time to be trying to keep up with people names, like, oh, this one is child. This one is, I met this one at the gas station, so I'm gonna call him Petco. I met this one at the grocery store, so I'm gonna call him Kroger. Like, no, I don't have time to be trying to remember all these pet names. And not call this one that name, or it's just too much to be trying to juggle. I like peace, okay? And that just does not seem like peace to me. But if it's peace to somebody, go off, have fun. It includes boundaries and expectations. Okay, so we're setting, we're protecting ourselves. I don't know. I feel like boundaries is protecting yourself, and so yeah, like you're not just in there giving your all, doing all the things, and just no guard up, no discernment happening. You know, you're in there, you're being present, but you're also being smart. You're protecting yourself, and you have expectations, and they are clearly communicated. Okay, so if you're, wanting to be married, hey, I am dating with the intent to marry. You're not just holding that in the back of your head and hoping and praying that one day they talk about it so you can talk about it too. No, you're very intentional. You're saying what needs to be said with respect, and with grace and respect always. But you're not beating around the bush. You're not just being the fun girl so that you can win him over, and then keeping your fingers crossed that he'll turn serious. Girl, no. If you show him you the fun girl and he can have fun, have his cake and eat it too, then that's what he gonna do. He's not gonna say, you know what, she's a nice fun girl, let me marry her, or let me go ahead and slap commitment on all of this stuff that she's been showing that I ain't even got to be committed to her to do, or we can have all this fun. Why? I hate I don't want to say this, but I mean, it's really, if he can have the cow, if you can have the cow, what is it? Lord, I don't even know it. Why buy the milk when you can have the cow for free? Okay, there you go. But yeah, like if he can have all that fun with you on the dating side, but you expecting him to give his little seal of approval, because you've proven to be this vibe catching queen, I don't know. It don't make sense. It don't add up to me. So yeah, I would say the key. Well, actually, let me make sure I traditional. Okay, so yeah, sorry, child, my writing. So yes, it can often involve family and community. They play a large role in courtship. Yeah. I don't know about you, but I don't want to be nobody's secret. And so courtship was also more appealing to me because we have to do life with people. God said it is not good for man to be alone, and he also encourages us to be in community with, like-minded individuals. And so that appeals to me because iron sharpens iron, and sometimes we don't see everything. We don't, catch all the things, or we don't see where we are slipping, or we don't see where we are falling short. So it is good to have people who mean you well and who are about the same things that you are about in your life, so that when you, are missing the mark or not seeing clearly regarding the thing, they can come in and say, hey, Miska, did you notice blah, blah, blah? Or, hey, Miska, I've been noticing that you ain't doing this thing no more. You good? Or, da, 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 da. You need that, because we don't, as much as we want to believe, hey, I got everything under control and everything is fine. Sometimes it's not. And sometimes we do miss things, especially when we get in what we want. Child, tunnel vision like a mug, because what? So yeah, it's nice to do life with people, and it's nice to incorporate people in our courtships. Another thing that I wish that I had done looking back on my courtship with Courtney, like, it would have been nice to incorporate other people and to not be, we were so like so wrapped up in one another because of the newness of everything that we kind of neglected community. Well, I did. I'll speak for myself because his situation was a lot more different than mine. But yeah, I definitely neglected community, and I can definitely see where I could have benefited from community when it came to courting. And so yes, the end goal always aimed at determining whether the couple is suitable for marriage. And I like that. I don't like, I mean, not I don't like, I like that. And I love how it says determining whether the couple is suitable for marriage. Not that every couple, or, every courting couple gets married, but we're trying to determine whether we are suitable for marriage. And once we have determined that we are not, we part ways respectfully, It's not all the drama, it's not the soul ties, that were formed because we were just seeking self-pleasure. And sometimes lines do get blurred. I'm not saying, that things don't happen. But courtship, I can get it, at the end of the day, I hate wasted time. And dating was not for me because it just felt like a bunch of wasted time. My mom, like, I don't know why, but I feel like my mother, like, she was in relationship after relationship. And like, my mama is a relationship girl. My mama is a relationship girly. Now, I don't know if she is now, but when she was younger, she definitely was a relationship girl. Actually, I would say she is a relationship girl. And she would just be in these relationships for so many years and nothing would come of it. It was no end goal. It was just like, okay, she's with this person now. They've been together for this many years and nothing, And I just was not attracted to that. I wasn't feeling that. And I feel like courtship is for those of us who like the structure. We like knowing what's going on. We are trying to reach an end goal and trying to do so without let me go back here, exploring compatibility in a way that's super casual. Like, no, like, I'm cool. And so let's check out the key differences, okay? So the intent, courtship, the intent is commitment, marriage. The intent with dating, explore fun and undefined goals. No. The structure of each. The structure of courting, intentional and guided. The structure of dating, informal and spontaneous. That girl. Community and family involvement. In courtship, community and family involvement is significant. In dating, it's minimal to none. Like, child, they not taking you nowhere. You're not meeting family. You're not meeting friends. They just trying to keep you, locked away in their little secret. Exclusivity typically is assumed from the jump in courtship. And dating is not always a priority. Like, yeah, we don't have to be exclusive. We can just do what we want to do when we want to do it and have all the fun that we want to have. Like, the focus of courtship is long-term values and commitment. The focus of dating is immediate connection and compatibility. So we ain't even vetting this stuff out. We just feeling stuff and allowing ourselves to be led by emotions. And that's Bible. We can't be letting our emotions lead us. Emotions are indicators and not dictators. So just because you feel free with somebody don't mean you're supposed to be spending your life with them, or that they're supposed to be your partner. Like, yeah, no. And so which one you decide to, whichever side you decide to be on is determined by your individual goals and what you want for yourself. But I just figured, like, let's break this down. What is courtship? What is dating? And maybe you can, see why you're not getting the desired result that you would like. Because maybe you're doing things, or you're trying to mix the two, that's possible too. But you can't mix the two. You got to, my favorite quote on my elementary school post, on an elementary school poster that was in my classroom, is stand for something or you will fall for anything. And when we mix the two and we try to like do things the world's way and do things God's way, it's not all the time that you get the desired result that you want. And so you got to stand for something. You have to pick a side. You can't be double-minded and then, trying to be the fun girl, but also want commitment too. You got to pick a side, and stay there. And so that's all I have for you today. Courtship versus dating. Sound off in the comments. Let me know which side you prefer. Which side of things are you on? What are your individual goals? And what you think is important in courting or in dating. Thank you.